What's up guys, and welcome to my Zed guide. Zed is an AD assassin similar to Talon, but energy based. His passive, Contempt for the Weak, adds percentage magic damage to targets below 50%, but this may only happen to the same target once every 10 seconds. His Q, Razor Shuriken, is a skill shot nuke, similar to Kennon's, but it passes through target. His W, Living Shadow, creates a living shadow that mimics abilities. Also, it passively increases your bonus AD by a percentage. His E, Shadow Slash, is a low cooldown, short-range AoE that deals damage and slows. His ultimate, Death Mark, makes you untargetable briefly, creates a living shadow behind your target, as well as placing a mark on them that explodes and deals damage based on your total attack damage and how much damage you dealt in 3 seconds after using Death Mark. Hitting with the second Shuriken only does 50% damage. Hitting both your Shadow Slash and your Living Shadow's Shadow Slash will increase the slow, but not the damage. Both Living Shadow and Death Mark create a shadow that can mimic abilities. The maximum slow comes from 2 hits from Shadow Slash. However, you can do 100% plus 2 50% damage shurikens if you hit all 3 shurikens. Your Q, W, and E scale off bonus attack damage. Your ultimate scales off total attack damage and damage dealt in 3 seconds. Zed can go either mid lane, top lane, or jungle. However, I truly believe that Zed excels at the mid lane. When you come to lane, make sure to check your opponent's armor. If it's low, be sure to abuse that by spamming a lot of abilities on them. When a jungler comes, be a little greedy and try and go for the kill. It may not be worth blowing the flash for it, but you definitely want the kill. As you can see, Nunu's been caught trying to counter jungle Malphite, so we actually turn on the Malphite and the Malzahar into a 2v2 situation. I Living Shadow away from Malzahar to take his aggro away from me. Then we're able to pick up a pretty easy kill on Malphite, and then we turn on this Malzahar, Swain flashes in, gets the snare, and I get greedy because I want to snowball, and I Q in for the double kill. If I didn't follow, then Nunu could have died in a potential 1v2 situation. However, we ended up turning it into a 2-for-0 situation. And right here you see a more obvious leaving of the lane by Teemo. He was going to go get his blue buff, and so I decided to fight him. As you can see here, I easily burst down this Teemo, and then I'm running away from Jarvan. However, my Malphite does come down, save the day, so I wait in the bush, knowing that we have the level advantage and the Malphite ultimate, and we end up picking up another double kill just because I followed my lane. Just because you are a general counter to most mid laners doesn't mean you shouldn't respect their damage. They can always kill you, and if they do kill you, then they'll generally snowball, and you'll end up losing your lane anyway. As an assassin, you always want to take note of their health and recognize your damage. If they're getting low, try and go for the kill, as an assassin in general is a snowbally champion, and if they have low health, you can generally go for the kill. If you're already snowballing, be sure to take advantage of that by picking up kill after kill after kill. Surprise the enemy mid laner when they're at their tower with a successful tower dive by throwing everything you have at them and then just walking coolly out as your death mark explodes them. If you find yourself getting ganked, try and assess the situation and see if you can just pick off a kill right before you die. In this situation, Taric stuns me, Syndra comes close enough that I ult in on her, use my combo, then I get a kill right before dying to Taric. Always remember, as Zed, when you do use your ulti, to make sure that you have full energy so you can get off your full combo. Otherwise, after you use your death mark, you'll only be able to auto attack and you won't get the full bonus damage from your death mark. Right here you can see I used my death mark after I had already dealt the majority of my damage through my combo, so I didn't have enough energy to actually deal enough damage. However, Trundle does come in and pick up the kill, so it doesn't turn out that bad. Let's watch another case of not having any energy when I ult. As you can see right here, not only did I use my ult too soon when I could have used it to dodge his ultimate, I use my ult when I don't have enough energy for anything more than the Shadow Slash. So as you can see here, Darius actually gets away with just a little bit of health, while if I would have had one more skill, he would have died to my death mark. But this brings me to my next point. Don't try to 100-0 bruisers unless you're extremely fed. A lot of the times you'll end up wasting your skills and you won't have enough damage. In general, you don't want to try and fight bruisers since you are an AD assassin meant to kill squishy targets. Here you can see I'm 4-1 and this Aurelia's a 1-5. But I still have trouble taking her down, and she actually deals a significant amount of damage to me. As you can see, I make the mistake of using my ultimate when I don't have energy, so she walks away with a little bit of health. Some general tips with Zed: you can actually dodge projectiles with your ultimate. As you can see here, I dodge Lux's ultimate with my ultimate, set the death mark on her, use my combo, and I'm able to pull off a kill right before I die. If you're getting ganked, be sure to use your flash and your living shadow as a double gap closer if you need it. Zed's living shadow does not stop channels. If you know you're going to get the kill, you can use your ultimate as a good gap closer. Always make sure to slow when your jungler comes to gank using your living shadow and your shadow slash combo. Now for some mid-game tips. You always want to roam as a mid laner because it allows you to apply pressure in other lanes and possibly pick up kills to help them win the lane. This is especially effective when you go to lanes that either have hard CC or are able to dive towers. As you can see here, I go up to gank Malphite's lane. I miss the Shadow Slash, I hit him with the Q, Malphite ults in, uses his E, and then ignites and walks away for the easy kill on Vladimir. While this is a poor example, Zed can farm wraiths easily, so you should abuse that. First blood is very important for Zed, and sometimes you don't even need jungler presence to get it. As you can see here, the Syndra is very overextended, so I surprise her while during my CSing I jump in on her, throw a living shadow with a Shadow Slash, throw the Q in and ignite her and walk away for an easy first blood. Zed is a high damage assassin after he gets at least a BF sword, so if your enemy is diving you under tower, make sure to try and outplay him and maybe you could pick up a kill, or just maybe a double kill. Sometimes games don't go in your favor though and you find yourself not snowballing. As you can see here though, I come into a team fight a little bit late, just enough to pick off the squishy Zyra, the squishy Caitlyn, and then in a 3v1 I'm able to get a triple kill off this Nidalee. But the fight's not over yet because as Annie is determined to give me a quadra kill, so she stays around to try and clear that blue wraith. You can't clear that blue wraith with just a Q. Malachi comes in for the snare and she's like, hey, maybe I can pick off this Sono with one last spell, can I make it? Oh, just kidding, now I'm Zed. I hope you enjoyed that Zed guide, and if you did, be sure to leave a like and a comment. If you're new to my channel, be sure to hit that subscribe button. I'll definitely have the item build for Zed coming up next, and if that video is already out, you'll see an annotation on the screen now. And if you haven't liked me on Facebook, be sure to do that at facebook.com/DoubleWinning. Follow me on Twitter at twitter.com/DoubleWinning. And follow my live stream at twitch.tv/DoubleWinning. All those links will be in the description. And as always, guys, stay classy and keep winning.